drum to what we love. Risk the following, have felt it all come crashing down from far above. Stars are rising, countless worlds colliding, only one will take it all. Can we bring to fall the giants? Can we make the final call? We are the ones to ignite the darkened skies. The champions of the world that we defy. A soul right of the few who rise up high. And we all fight at the last light.
Learn about a profession? Or learn from industry professionals? Do both and achieve more. Become an apprentice. A genius decision. Eisiau cael dy hyfforddi gan gyflogwyr? Neu ddechrau ennill cyflog? Gwna'r ddau a chyflawni mwy. Bydd yn brentis. Dewis doeth. Eisiau dysgu yn broffesiwn? Neu ddysgu gan arbenigwr y diwydiant? Gwna'r ddau a chyflawni mwy. Bydd yn brentis. Dewis doeth. Eisiau dysgu sgiliau newydd? Neu ddysgu sgiliau cyflogadwy? Gwna'r ddau a chyflawni mwy. Bydd yn brentis. Dewis doeth.
Yo, 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 welcome everybody. Welcome back to the last night in Esports Wales, the Welsh Esports League of Valorant, brought to you by Apprenticeship Wales. My name is Bigfoot and I'm here with Edu. How's it going there, bro?
I'm doing pretty good here across the pond, as you would want to say it. But here in America, it's been cold. And it looks like it's been cold in your room over there. You got 4 different layers on?
It's 2 layers, but one of them is a dead sheep. Yep.
Perfect. Awesome. But we're here, of course. It is going to be a best of 1 for us today. So a pretty quick game. We're still figuring out what the map bans are, but it's going to be the Pirates versus the Goats, or Goats. No, the. So honestly, I'm pretty excited to be here back again at the Welsh Esports League. We got a lot of opportunities for some people, as well as, you know, our sponsor, which is amazing for you guys to want to get some apprenticeships going on. I know that here in America, it's pretty important to always have the ability to branch out and do some hand-on jobs. But let's talk a little bit now. Bigfoot, Gecko, new agent. What has he really been rocking today? I know we were looking at the stats, but it was of the actual animal, not of the agent. So what are we looking forward to in this initiator? Because he is allowed now that he is publicly released.
Yeah, we were trying to set up a pun there about across the pond and geckos, but geckos don't actually live in ponds, do they? So we just scrapped that one.
Yeah, put that on the back burner for now.
Put it on the back burner. He's looking really good. He's looking like he's going to get nerfed, like get a chamber or Astra style nerf, but hopefully a little bit sooner because it does seem a little bit disruptive in the balance of the meta right now. I mean, it was definitely a good idea, but that 10-second count on picking up those orbs again. And never mind, you can throw Dizzy straight up in the air, right? So you can land at your feet after you've chucked him.
Yeah.
So you can just stay in one place, just chucking him every 10 seconds if you're throwing him up in the air instead of throwing him forward. Not many people are throwing him up in the air on the internet just yet. I've seen most people chucking him out forward, but then you got to push to pick it up. So, but yeah, every 10 seconds is far too fast. What do you reckon? I reckon it should be about 20.
I would think it would be about the same as like a Killjoy utility. It's about like, when the Killjoy bot dies, it's 45 seconds. I think if they break it, it should not be like picked up at all.
Yeah, that's a good buff.
I really just think that, like, it's kind of like Sky's Flash before it got nerfed in the Sky Dog. It's just a better version of Sky. I don't know why you would want to pick Sky outside of the heal anymore, because Sky's ultimate. It tracks people down. It gives you info. But what does Gekko's do? Tracks people down, gives you info, and disables them for 10 seconds. That's stupid. That is way too strong. So I really think that the balance needed would be shifting what they can do. Like, also, he's got a CC. He's got a crowd control. He's got a flashbang, or technically a flashbang. It's more like a goop on the screen. But, a blind. So it's really annoying how many different things he has. So I would say the biggest nerf that he would need is cooldown, because I would think that with how powerful all of his different abilities are, I would say 40 seconds, to be honest, because, I'm saying it because you got to pick them up. You get 2 per round. You got to pick them back up. That's after you've already used it, and that's already given you all the information because it marks people too. So it's way too strong. I would say maybe 30 to 40 to keep him balanced if you change nothing else about his kit.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see much else being changed apart from timings and your really, really clever idea of saying the destruction of it affecting it. Maybe not pick them back up at all if it's destroyed.
Yeah,
especially the ult, because the ult's 200 HP, right? That's a lot. That's more. That's like more than armor full shield, isn't it? So
yeah. I sprayed one with a bulldog. It didn't die, and I got tamed. It was very nice. No.
And then did they come and knife you in the face?
No, they actually just walked away because we were out of time to plant the spike. And then in all chat, he said it was funnier if I didn't do anything.
I guess it was. Yeah.
So he chose not to do anything after that. He just stared at me and walked away. So yeah, that's what happened. But yeah, no, I haven't been knifed by a gecko yet. But for some reason, geckos are always behind me. It's like they're stuck to walls. They're always looking at you. I remember when I used to live in Phoenix, we used to have geckos all over the place. And at night, about like 2 o'clock in the morning or 9 o'clock at night, you'd see about 150 geckos just up on a wall, staring at you with their blank eyes. It's creepy, but it's weird. That's my experience from when I was a kid. Geckos are all over the place. They're always somehow where you least expect them to be. And I think that's what we're going to be seeing from them now. He's a pretty powerful lurk agent because he could get so much info from across the map.
Yeah, and if you don't spy anyone, just pick it up and keep lurking and getting that info.
Yeah,
I think there's going to be a lot of balance. Like there's that whole thing of risk reward with utility and stuff. So I think there needs to just be a little bit more risk reward balance, because at the minute it just seems a little bit more reward than there is risk. So obviously you adding in the destruction cancellation to picking them up, maybe adding in more time, and also there's the idea of if you're on the attacking side and you're trying to use the util to push a site and you lose it all, then it's like it's kept by them, and that can work theoretically quite well. But I'm yet to see it like really happen. Like a gecko waste orders util on site and then basically just be a CS:GO agent, isn't it? Because if you can't pick them back up, it's just gunplay now. There's nothing to fall back on, and there's only one use of each. So I'm not sure what you would do for the opposing team to make it easier to stop Gecko getting them back up, apart from a sage wall or something, or just holding it like you would hold a Ford and Spike. But that's got to be something as well. Maybe the enemy team should be able to do something to those orbs as well. I don't know, just something that just makes it less of this like constant all-you-can-eat buffet of chucking these things around.
I mean, what you could do is, since I've seen that you could just walk past them, they don't really do anything to the enemies. You can change it to be the orb, be like an ultimate orb. So Gecko has to be very decisive on where to toss them, or even the enemy team can go activate them like an ultimate orb. So be disabled for a second or two before reactivating them, and then having it act as their unit. So maybe an enemy Gecko can like steal the orb from the enemies. That would be pretty nice. So you'd have to have a Gecko and Gecko, but that would force a meta, which is kind of I mean, there's so many ways that you could change this agent to be slightly better. Well, not slightly better, worse but balanced, I would say. And I guess the main thing, I would honestly have to see the orbs. Yes, I would think break the orb kind of like you would break a sage wall. So if it would have a lot of HP, but a team can break them, so he cannot pick them back up. That would be another cool way to do it. So, because I mean, it has a cute face. I want to shoot it. I'm just saying that. Like, the little orb has a little noggin, so I just want to tap away at it. But there's so many ways that we
destroy
can
the orbs. Yeah, destroy the orbs. Kind of.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting things, and they. The way computer games run these days, I mean, back in the day, you'd like when I would wait like months for a release, and I'd go buy my Nintendo cartridge for my Game Boy from the shop. That was never changing. That was the game. It was done. It was finished.
Oh, yeah.
But now games are constantly evolving, new agents, new maps, new updates, and
yeah,
it almost seems like the play testing for a lot of games is sort of just put on the public, and that happens a lot with these agent games, these agent shooters and stuff. So like we do have to go through these periods where like we have a bit of chaos, and hopefully the developers catch up and sort of balance things out a little bit.
Yeah, I would also like. I feel like with that change, we don't have a game in a box that you get to keep and it's always the same and all the data stored on it. Nowadays, I don't even see the need for sequels with online games. Counter-Strike 2 seems to be bringing up heat, but to be honest, like, what is Counter-Strike 2 besides just a patch update nowadays? Same with what we saw with Overwatch. Overwatch 2 just felt like a patch update. I don't understand the need for sequels. If Valorant keeps this up, Valorant will be one of those games that I would consider timeless. They're always going to be able to tweak something, add an agent, change up what happens. And similar to how, League of Legends or Dota 2 or any MOBA is, they just add another dude. Once you get past 100 or so champions or heroes or agents, you don't really have to worry about padding too much. It just, there's enough options already. And we're at what, almost 25, 30 agents now?
Yeah, it's getting a lot. It's getting quite big, I think.
Yeah, it's getting quite
25,
large.
Maybe 25. I think.
Yeah, there's quite a few
20.
agents already, 20 or so. But yeah. I mean, there's more than enough options for people that if they just keep throwing agents at it, give it the League of Legends treatment, the game will just constantly be updated and updated. Speaking of things that are updated, let's take a peek at the map bans. Anything new? Oh, it looks like we're the only two options left for these guys is going to be Ascent and Haven. So hopefully, I put my money that it was going to be Ascent. I changed my background to Ascent here, very much being like, it's a best of one. They're going to pick this map. But
no way, bro.
Whoa, I'm right. Okay.
Good gamble. Good gamble.
Gamble.
I nearly put. I've never really been a gambler, but I was convinced that Loud were looking amazing, and I nearly put money on Loud for VCT, and I'm so happy for Fnatic and for doing it, and so happy for my own psychology and gambling habit, that non-existing gambling habit that was never going to start, that I didn't do that, but I was very close to actually doing it. This is why we don't gamble with actual money, but your gamble with the background there paid off big time. Nice one.
Oh, absolutely. So here's what's going to happen. We got Pirates on defense and we got Goats on attack is what I'm looking like here on the map of Ascent. So with that being said, we have watched the Pirates and the Goats compete quite a bit here. I know Bigfoot has casted quite a few times at the EsportsWales League here, Welsh Esports League, sorry. And honestly, I gotta hand it to him. I think that the Pirates, they have been doing a decent job. The Goats as well, but when I worked with them last week, seeing where they were at, the Pirates, honestly, I felt could have been doing a little bit better to plunder what they needed to. And I'm hoping for a little bit more here. It is just the best of one, so all is riding on the map behind me. So Bigfoot, Ascent, what do you think the team comp is going to be? are we going to see a Gecko? Honestly, I think Gecko is a
Yeah.
great initiator, and
The
on
Windows
this map,
man.
yeah,
But 100%, because I've just stood on the Twitter there that the Pirates are actually going to drop their entire team if they don't pick Gecko, and there's a nice little edit of the wingman with a Pirates patch and a peg leg and a hat on. The whole team's getting fired if they don't, so I'd say it's quite likely, yeah, mate. Pirates have been a really strong team in the league so far. They've won every single game except for when they came up against the Swans, which we saw last week. And they were the only team that's really put 2 digits on the board against the Swans. So the Swans are like an absolutely insane team that got put together for this league. And they're completely unbeaten. And even though we've got one more night of games tonight, the Swans have actually already won the league. There's nothing that anyone can do to take it away from them. So this is more like fighting for second place and pride and dignity and stuff at the minute. Looking like the Pirates are in pretty steady running to get second up against the Goats tonight. The Goats might cause them some problems, but the Goats themselves are actually, again, unbeaten except for the Swans. However, the Goats were beaten 13-1 by the Swans, and the Pirates were beaten 13-11 by the Swans. So just statistically, it's looking more like the Pirates will take it tonight. They might be the favourites, but the Goats also unbeaten in the entire league, looking like out of the Goats and the Pirates, the second and third strongest teams, and they're basically fighting for that exact spot, second and third place right now.
Yeah, they're fighting for the spot that they can, and obviously, you know, if you guys check out the bracket in total, I know that there has been a decent update. If you guys check out the Liquipedia page, you can see the standings a little bit. But one thing I will mention, with that being said, is there was a lot of wins that we saw from the Goats here. They're standing 5-1 right now, so they're looking pretty good. Pirates slightly less than 4-2, so you know, a little bit on the line coming out from them. Obviously, if Pirates don't perform right now, they will not be able to get into third place. Goats here, if they can win, obviously Swan Esports has been doing such a clean job though, 6-0. So we definitely have a lot of solid teams in this open kind of round robin style. So I gotta be asking, if you're on the team of Pirates with all that on the line, you know, what kind of strategies are going to be bringing to Ascent? If we look at who banned what, the Pirates actually are the ones who banned Fracture, Lotus, and Split. So pretty much banning all the maps that most people are uncomfortable with, and then gave over to the Goats the bans on Pearl, Icebox, and Haven. So you know, I'm thinking with those bans, Ascent is going to be their most confident map. It has to be where they would think is what they have been prepping for, what they've been training for, what they've been scrimming for, to really kind of set them apart from others. So I hope that we can see Pirates stop their little bit of a lose streak here and maybe get better off than the Pit Ponies, but statistics don't really lie a lot of the time, and we're seeing that they have been kind of knocked down a bit recently. You know, last week they got knocked down by Pony and Puff. So actually, no, they won by Puff. So I want to see a little bit more from them, you know?
Yeah, I just do. I want to correct. Well, you corrected my error there too. I accidentally said the Pirates were unbeaten, but it's just because whilst quickly glancing to the side there, the highlighted winner, Pit Ponies, I think I might have just got the P's mixed up and thought they were the Pirates too. They did indeed lose to the Pit Ponies, so they weren't completely unbeaten. So the actual final standings are not the Pirates and the Pit Ponies vying for third place. Like Pirates and Goats vying for second and third place. It's Goats in second place, Pit Ponies in third, and Pirates in fourth. But if the Pirates do come out on top of this, which, like I said, they were the ones that managed to get a higher score against the Swans, they might be able to jump forward a little bit. They're on 12 points at the minute. Goats and Pit Ponies on 15 points, and obviously Swans way ahead, 21 points, completely unbeaten. Maybe is it Wizzings? Like their due list might be set for somewhat of a career soon. I don't know, someone might want to snap that player up, but like as we saw Wizzings put people in the deep end, once if Wizzings did get snapped up to pro leagues, maybe he would find himself in the deep end afterwards. Like this is the thing. I described this league actually because it's like it's a mishmash of whoever wants to be involved in Wales. There's been a little bit of a difference in ELO, and I was talking to Echo on Twitter the other day who had a bit of a trouble in one match, and I was just saying that the ELO of this tournament is a little bit like the Himalayas. You know, there's a big difference between the teams, but it's been really interesting all the same, and it's also been an excellent learning experience for those who are the lower levels. The people who got the most out of this tournament are probably the lowest ELO players because they've been put up against the higher ELO players in these serious situations, and that's the best opportunity to learn. If you are already the best and you're just murdering everyone. You're not learning as much as the people who are having as much of a challenge. So it's been great for everyone. I think it's been really good to cast.
Yeah, absolutely. I can tell from experience here that when you are a player, professional Valorant is completely different than your normal queue because you're playing against others that have scrim to be at the rank of you. It's kind of like when you're trying to climb a rank in a game like chess. You only are fighting people your rank or higher. You're not going to be fighting anybody lower than you to really gain anything. You're going to always want to progress by climbing that tier ladder. And unfortunately, Valorant's comp system does not do that. A lot of the time, even in Radiant, I've seen issues where Radiant get boosted by exploiting bugs to constantly win against like a full stack of irons just so they can gain 2 RR. And then they just do that hundreds of times, and that's what's padding the top of the gameplay here. So even if you're like in the top 500 of the world, it doesn't even really like compare to playing in a professional scene and scrimming against people that do this and want to do this for maybe even a living, or get that opportunity to move on, maybe even see them in Brazil or see them in Los Angeles coming up here at VCT. So I honestly, I want to be able to see these guys be able to get the most out of their experience. And as you said, scrimming and playing against a team that might be stronger than you is always the best way to learn. It's kind of like, you chuck a baby into a pool and you just got to hope that it learns how to swim. It's kind of like that in retrospect. But obviously, we're still waiting on a lot of these players, as you guys can tell. So what I'm thinking we do, Bigfoot, because we've talked a lot about the standings, we've talked a lot about Gecko, talked a lot about what's going to happen here today. I'm thinking that we're going to send it to a quick break and then come back and agent select. What do you think about that, Bigfoot?
Yeah, I think that's a fine idea, mate. We're not exactly sure when the lobby's going to be ready, so we might be back in a minute. We might be back in a few, but as far as I'm aware, the lobby's there, the map's picked. It shouldn't be too long, and we really look forward to getting into it. And it looks like Kian is hovering the gecko. Let's go.
Yeah, straight in. We talked a lot about Gecko. We talked a lot about everything that we could say about him. But honestly, I'm looking at that photo. That's Eminem. I am 100% sure that's not Gecko. That is Marshall Mathers on the screen right now. But with that being said, I'm liking what else we're looking at. We're looking at a pretty default setup from the attack side. I want to know what next is, or is that Newt? Newt is going to be picking. I would think that Newt would want to lock in Gecko, considering his name is so similar, but we need a control agent on this team, so that's what we're going to be seeing. But obviously, I like the double initiator. You see it every Ascent map, so Gecko definitely has a place in not only the heart of this map, but definitely the heart of me.
So yeah, only one Gecko. It's going to be interesting to see how Gecko stands up against Kaio, of course, especially having those bits of utility taken out, but it's the thing, Gecko can recharge his utility in about the same time as the Kaio knife even affects you. Oh no, it just switched over to Sova.
No, I've been baited. I've been so baited. I am disappointed, to be frank with you.
Oh, I guess the whole pirate roster is getting dropped then, mate.
Yeah, obviously. Wow. Definitely not happy about that. But pirates, I think they heard what we were talking about with Gecko. And they were just teasing us because they definitely heard. We saw Pirates in the chat. So whoever from Pirates told them to mouse over Gecko, I love you, but I hate you.
The Pirates GG on Twitch has just said, be right back, writing an email. I think he's writing an email to 5 players. You all dropped.
Yeah. BCC me there, please. Thanks.
Oh, that's so funny. Someone else, Super JC Live, says, Lendoff on Killjoy. That's a GG. Loverboy in the game chat says, I'm Jet, by the way. Loverboy, good Jet. We don't have MJT in the game. MJT was a really, really good Jet last week, but being dropped out. But yeah, this is a good lineup. I like how the lineup isn't exactly the same, so we do have an Astra versus Omen. Always has a little bit of interest to it, but aside from that, they're looking pretty similar.
Yeah, looking pretty good here, though. We got Loverboy already being pretty aggressive up with the Omen for this side, now trying to push in. But here we go. Gonna be Vexel out of time. I mean, Loverboy, though. This is so aggro.
Yeah, really aggro. Loverboy's not giving Vexel any time and actually just going to walk straight into Vexel's smoke. Getting another one. Actually, I think that was actually their own Omen smoke there. But yeah, Loverboy takes down Taze as well. Taze did get 2, though, so that was pretty good defensive sight until he dropped. Loverboy trying to get away behind Generator. Kian does drop as well. We're down to a 3v2, free for the attack inside.
Yeah, but here, what is? Oh, nice clean shot. It's now down to a 2 versus 2. Killjoy and Jet versus Killjoy and Jet. A mirrored matchup, but a very low player, Loverboy, after getting a few picks here. But these defenders are just going for it. What is this flank though? That's a free
crazy
pick.
By Lendoff, just with a classic as well.
Oh, but ooh. I mean, not a bad attempt there coming out from the defense. Jet attack will be grabbing that. And I love what you pointed out there. Loverboy, incredibly aggressive, taking advantage of his own team smoke to just catch that Astra off guard.
Yeah, you don't always expect the enemy team just to walk into a smoke. It's never mind one they've literally just dropped themselves. Loverboy getting some excellent kills there. Lendoff with that flank, which is it's a big difference when that window's broken, isn't it? I'm not sure who broke it, but if I'm on the defending side, I really try not to break that window for that exact reason.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to give away not only the information, but also the opportunity for someone to be able to just rotate for free, not really having to worry about getting spotted that way. But Loverboy, we're going to be seeing him and the rest of the attack side over on A. KJ on the rotate. I liked what we saw, the very aggressive mid push, but it might have been too many eggs in one basket. Taze! It's going to be tasting someone with a beautiful shorty shot. Eddie, though, will get that double down. And this is all going to be up to Kian, as well as the Jet and KJ yet again. Lendoff, though, planning that spike. This is not very easy to take back.
Yeah, you called Loverboy aggro in the first round. I think that's an excellent description of what Loverboy's been up to so far. Just marching in on sight, leading the charge. Vases does get Newt, and one loss for the Goats, but does look like it's only one enemy remain now on extremely low health. Yep, Loverboy with another 2. Loverboy racking up the kills. We'll see in a second when we get that kill feed right up the tab, and then we'll see that Loverboy is on 5 already in 2 rounds. No deaths.
Yeah, definitely 5-0 here. Not even in a single assist. This person just knows how to finish what he starts, and that's what we want to be seeing here. Loverboy definitely showing the love to the enemies, but the enemies might be able to return the favor. They are on their buy. They have full armor and full vandals, which tells me I can expect some maybe one taps here, and I'm really hoping so. Defense needs to do their best. Defense, of course, is going to be Pirates here. So, Pirates, I expect you to not be taking it back here.
Gonna need a little bit of a mutiny from the Pirates to take it back from the Goats, but Loverboy gonna just make that charge again, leading the charge in. Tay's hiding at logs, not gonna be seen straight away, but definitely aware that it's a possibility. Drone comes out, gonna scout out the corner, gonna see Tay's, gonna not get the dart in, but walking out with the util. What are you doing? You need a peek with a gun, not a grenade. Tay's gets taken down easy by Lendoff. Loverboy gets Xerxu, and they're just gonna march onto site.
Yeah, we are seeing low HP, though, on the Sova. Maybe Kian can try to take advantage of that. Maybe not.
No.
Maybe not.
No.
What is happening?
Kian.
Oh! Well, that was a complete switch up. It's like he toggled something in his head there with that flick, but I wish he did it a little bit earlier.
Yeah, completely pressured by the entire team at the back of site there in that little boathouse. Not really much to be done after whiffing the first couple shots onto Edie, and the rest of the team made it to site. I think if the first shot was landed on Edie, might have been able to swing off the back of it with at least another couple kills, but just completely swamped by the numbers there. Loverboy still 7-0. Oh my days.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see this jet drop yet, especially since now it is going to be a forced round, a thrifty coming around. If they are going to take it back, Pirates is not looking too good. You know, I think that they've been plundered here. A mutiny might be here. And, you know, we were talking about them not getting signed and dropping their team if they don't play Gecko. But let's see what can happen. Loverboy.
Oh,
now
no, stop it.
And the save from Newt. This is exactly what you need to be seeing now. Kian, he's rocking that sheriff, and I'm hoping that he might be able to grab one or two, but Lover is not done yet. He is showing the love. Another kill. How is he doing it? I think that's, yeah, he's on double digits so far, 4 rounds in. Am I wrong? I believe so, but yep, 10-0. Absolutely just flexing at this point. There's no real thing you can do against this player, and he also still has his ultimate and 8,000 credits. So,
the economy is just a joke right now. It's like they're just stacking the cash.
Yeah.
Oh my days. Yep. The Goats have put their buy back in, so their economy is right down as well. So if they lose this, it's just going to keep on racking up against them. This is really the time. Sorry for the Pirates. I kept the names mixed up. The Pirates do need to start putting it back right now. This is one of their last chances in this half to like really grasp a hold of like an even score.
Yeah, but we can definitely tell why they're called the GOATs here. They are just the greatest of all time. 10-0 on round 5. That's where you want to be, but I gotta hand it. This is a best of 1. This is not where you want to be, especially this late into the start of a half. But let's see what they can do now. Defense, this is a buy coming around from them. Eddie making some space, trying to get some info. Looks like he does have a lineup to try to spot out one, but that jet needed to hit that. Eddie, 18 HP, will be able to walk away for free, and it's just going to be a site here.
Loverboy just may as well pop that blade storm. It's just gonna come back again in a couple of rounds. Oh my days!
You were saying
good thing he didn't.
You casted, cursed it. But we are gonna see the spike get planted here. Sheriff Woody, it's about to get stiff against these guys. It's Tay-Z. He does have his ultimate. Might be a decent idea to pop that. But what is this position?
No way! He flashes himself. Daisy flashed himself, man.
That's not good. That is definitely not what you want to be seeing here. But these shots, it's just going one at a time. Sheriff Woody right around the corner. But the timing, he turns away, but it doesn't matter. What
when the transfer.
Wow. You know, honestly, the only people I see getting transferred right now is probably the team of Pirates to a whole different roster. I'm concerned for them right now. 5-0. I really thought they were going to win that since they took down the Titan that is Loverboy.
Yeah, it was a really good start of the round, and they had the numbers on their side, 4 versus 3, with a little bit of damage against the Goats, but it just really didn't pay off in the end. And Loverboy just going to buy another gun, even though the Blaze Storm's in pocket. You know, there's the money's there to do absolutely anything. Surprised with the aggression with him so far. I wouldn't be surprised to see an attack inside up, but that hasn't happened just yet. Goat's going to lead this charge yet again.
Yeah, going to be leading it pretty clean here. We do have, of course, Eddie just around the corner. Just need to now push in. Loverboy up in the front. We are expecting a KJ ultimate to now push these guys in. Kian has to bail as soon as possible. Luckily, his Jet is guarding the high ground, and that is doing a little bit of damage, but taking a little bit at the same time. That nade taking him down to 60, but they do get this Cypher. Wait, Lendoth, he got cooked.
Lendoff, I guess that was where did that happen? I'm trying. Oh yeah, it was just before runway. It's a shame, but you know, Lendoff is a really strong KJ, going to be making a lot of difference in the defending side. Ghost getting 2 more, 3 more. Vaser gets 1, but it's Loverboy again with the free K, just standing on top of the Pirates' grave, you know, and it's going to be 3 ults on the side for the Goats, 4 for the Pirates, and but another save round, I think. Oh, they're going to force. They're going to do the best they can. Vandal's half shields, do what they can. Hopefully knock out the ults and get something on the board, because 6-0 is not looking nice for them. They want to start getting something there, but how can they do it?
You know, honestly, I think that they're really just hoping not to walk the plank right now. They are forcing themselves at the edge here, especially with the buys. We're seeing an Ares in the hands of Kian, and, you know, Ares is pretty solid buy for B site, but luckily for the attack, they're going A. So this is pretty much just going to be up to Loverboy, but TZ, he's got the Sheriff. He's been able to really get 1 or 2. Always been good for 1 from what I've been seeing, but... And there it is. Takes out Loverboy with a clean shot down. We do have the knives out for the teammate Xerxu.
Oh, no.
This might be a winnable Thrifty if they could just keep these up, especially with Loverboy down. But all they need is the info to hit this site. And they have yet to spot the Jet on the right.
Yeah, they didn't see Xerxu with that drone. They're not clearing it. Edie's going to be focused on that left. And, you know, if you need to be aware where you haven't seen, it's not just what you have seen with these scouting bits of utility. You need to be aware of what you haven't seen, what you haven't checked, and that will be Xerxu's little cubby there. See, just assuming, he knows he hasn't checked dice, so he knows there might be someone behind dice, but he's maybe not quite aware of Xerxu hiding in that corner. It looks like there might be an Omen ulti coming in, if the rotation comes through, possibly, to sort of back up this defensive side, and it will...
No, we're going to see him
attack inside Omen, sorry.
Oh, no, he just gave up the spike and a Vandal. That's a big loss here for the attackers. They're down 2, and they're down a whole lot of ability to hold this down. But that swarm grenade is holding him down. It is a massacre.
Finally.
Thrifty. You know, I said that they were going to walk the plank, but it looks like they were actually going to have a nice plan there, keeping it up. And I really just am kind of confused by the play. Why was the Omen staring at the sofa? I think he needed to cancel his ult, but he just didn't do it in time.
Yeah, it might be that. It might just be overconfidence. Sometimes you think you can get away with it, but yeah, good thing that Kian just held down the B site there, waiting for that ultimate eventually. And yeah, the Pirates dug deep and they found their treasure, eh?
Oh, absolutely. X marks the spot, and unfortunately, it's where the spike goes down. But with all these pirate puns, we're going to have to see who's actually going to be able to keep it up, though. But keep one eye patch open as they are keeping it going here.
Yeah, it is possible. You know, it also, you know, we see some crazy comebacks in this league, in Valorant all around, to be honest. It's one of my favorite things about Valorant. There's games where once the economy's gone, it's gone, but in Valorant, you can pull it back, but Loverboy's acting like the first round again, pushing straight into tree aggressively and getting that first kill on the board. The defender's going to be 1 down. Tay's trying to be a bit of a rat again, but will be spied out. Does get Loverboy. That is big. Also gets Newt. That's even bigger. Going to flash and peek out. Lendoff gets Xerxu, and Keon gets Edie, but Taze does get taken down in hell.
Yeah, we'll be taken down here, but oh, that's what you need to be seeing from Bounces. Pirates, I really think have found their booty here. They're working better, but it's all up to Lendoth here. But maybe he might be able to lend a hand for his team to clutch this 1v2.
Yeah, it's all on Lendoff. You know, attacking Killjoy isn't the best. Once you get that spike down, you know, completely OP agent, play a lot of mind games, but pushing in with just swarm grenades and alarm bot isn't the best. And, you know, they're going to be sat on site, holding some good angles. Actually, well, yeah, they've got a good coverage of Heaven and Main and Tree right now. So good placement on site. for the Pirates, and it's going to be hard for Lendorf to clutch this. And Kian just takes Lendorf straight out with a little bit of a wallbang headshot, and now it is 2-6. So it's going well so far. They need to ride this wave.
They absolutely need to ride the wave here. They know how to, they're pretty good on the 7Cs here, but I need to see what they can actually do here on B and A, because so far, it's really been down to just Loverboy for the Goats. And yes, the Goats are chewing their way through anything they can, but if Loverboy goes down, their team falls. And that's what we're seeing here. But I still have yet to see the Bladestorm get popped. We're already over halfway through this half, and I agree with you early on. You were talking about, you don't just pop it, you'll get it back in a second. He could have popped his ult about 3 times by now.
Potentially, yeah, especially if you're picking up some of those orbs, and seems like a bit of a waste because it's quite a useful bit of utility. But some people do just prefer the gunplay. But then I begs the question: why are you playing Jet if you don't like the Bladestorm? It's just like it's a completely integral part of the Jet's meta. Edie going to make that push in and get headshot straight down by Vexel. Nuke going to send the blind in the paranoia, but I don't know if anything's going to come off the back of it. It will, and Vexel falls. Sheriff pushes in on site, and Taze falls as well. That is going to make A site pretty open for the taking, and the spike will go down.
Spike is going to drop here, but let's see what can happen. It's going to be Valzis going for it, but Newt, he's gunning him down, leaving just Loverboy up above. Loverboy's here, but the timing! Loverboy, he put all of those eggs in that basket.
Come on, Zexu.
He's just going for it, but he's going for a 3. It looks like we found a new king of the Jet here. I need to see
really
this some
good
more.
Stuff, yeah,
absolutely. But my question for you is, do we know if it's going to be good enough moving forward here?
It's looking good enough so far. They've really got the wind in their sails. They're riding it forward, and they've got the economy on their side as well now. It might be a big change. I mean, I'd love to see a 6 half. It would keep this game pretty interesting as the sides switch over. If Gecko had been chosen, I think we might not have even seen this, because Gecko, as far as I can tell so far, seems like a very attack-sided agent. And I think, to be honest, switching over to Sova has probably assisted in this defense a little bit.
Yeah, we can definitely tell that I'm very happy of what we're seeing here with the Sova so far. But, Sova can't really do a whole lot if you have that null command coming out. But defense, they have 4 ultimates, but they're going to have to save them for the retake. And that's a little bit unfortunate, but we talked about they needing to pop their ultimate, and Loverboy finally has the Bladestorm out now that their money is not looking too hot. But the ultimate from the attacking Sova this time is going to try to just make some space here. There we go. Eddie will be able to get taken down by the Jet. Looking for more. Don't check the corners. So what is this? But it works out. He's actually able to get his teammate to help the pick there. Lendorf trying to just
the bait res. I like it. I like the techniques. The bait reses keep on coming in. Just res him already. Kian does take down you. The bait reses pay off. This is great. Lendorf needs to make this peak, get the kill. The spike is beeping, but it's a 3-2. I don't know if there's going to be enough time. The spike's going too fast now. They're just going to go for the last little bit of kills, and it won't actually be over to the Pirates. Sheriff keeping that site locked down, and that's 1 more on the board for the Goats.
Impressive playstyle there. I really do like how they did try the bait, but after like once or twice, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. It's other way around. But anyway,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But with that bait res, it just sold so much time there, and I love that Lendorf was not falling for it. They knew that there was quite a few people watching it, so that was a pretty smart play coming around. But let's see if that loss of time is actually going to be able to sell this half, especially since Loverboy, he could buy again here. And Loverboy with a Phantom has been crucial in getting these multi-kills.
I just did a little bit of quick maths there. The Goats are 10 kills ahead of the Pirates right now, so that is part as far as the kills are concerned, the Pirates are doing a bit of a good job those last few rounds helping them out, but the swing's going to come out. Edie's not going to get away. Sorry, Taze is not going to get away with that as Edie takes him down.
Definitely not what you want to be seeing, but let's see what they can do next. We do got Xerxu right up top. Look for something. Will not be able to actually get taken down. He is very low. He took a little bit of damage from the battle with Loverboy, but they still have 3 ultimates. They got the Astral Divide, the Bladestorm, and the Lockdown. So this retake should be pretty easy if they don't get taken down early.
Got Vexel hanging out in tree again. There's been quite a consistent play spot for Vexel, seems pretty consistently holding it. The trades are coming out. Lendorf gets Xerxes, but Vexel does get Lendorf back. Oh, nearly teleported through the door there. We're going to choose to hold down tree. Might be a good idea. Could get another flank on like we saw from Lendorf to start with.
Yeah, but Eddie. Oh, nice lineup! Oh my!
Lineup. And I don't even think that was a
Beautiful.
bit of a guess. But Vexel starts cleaning up a little bit in tree, but versus these two players, it's going to be tricky. Go on, get that wall banging. Keep shooting through that wall. Edie was right there. You can get it in. Bang! Go on! Don't even need to go through the wall.
But there's not a whole lot of time. He's got the ultimate here to try to buy some time for himself. There's no post-plant volley, so it's just going to be trying to bait out this peak. Oh, he's trying to stick it. He didn't get a half, though.
No way. It's going to be
didn't
like
get
a second or two in it. It's like, yeah, less than a second.
Oh,
Yeah, half a second. That is no good, man. So close.
that is just... That hurts me because you could tell he thought he got off at the half, but just did not get it half a second off there. And that is going to be, I believe, maybe an 8-4 at best. We have attack ults now built up. We got the Killjoy lockdown. We got the Omen, but the last time we saw Omen ult, it might have thrown the round. So not really sure what we can be seeing here.
It might have.
Might have thrown the round. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. Sorry. Yes, it threw the round.
No, that was the biggest whiff of a TP I've ever seen, unfortunately.
Absolutely.
At least in competitive Val, but I respect the kahunas of just sticking that TP. But I've had it plenty of times, like not in competitive Val, just on ranked, where you accidentally can't cancel. Like you're tapping, actually, like, why aren't I cancelling? Why aren't I? It's too late, you're dead. So like, that could have also been what happened. You never know what's happening on the server side. Sheriff getting Xerxu, and it's going to be 4-4 right now. The attacker Killjoy goes down. I think they're probably farming the orbs up for the null command as well.
Ooh, here we go.
Easy. Oh my days, vases. But Sheriff with the 4K. Sheriff can get an ace right now if he can just take out Vexel. Null command is on the board,
Oh!
but taken down.
That's a clean shot, honestly. Lots of ultimates were still available for them. The Omen could have ulted. The KO actually had his, but it's a 1v1. Not much you can really do besides give away position with that. But look at that. 4-8 on the switch. I'm hoping that the Pirates might be able to bring this back slightly. They did take the last round of that half, and they do have a pretty solid attack comp. So I'm hoping that maybe that attack comp will be good enough with the Jet and KO, but no real guarantees as it's nearly a mirrored matchup here.
Yeah, and where I said they might not have been able to get to 8-4 with Gecko on the board, they might have been able to come back with Gecko.
Yeah,
so it's
Gecko
on the
is
attacking side because he's still pretty
so
broken and still
broken,
still deserves a bit of a nerf. So it's interesting to see what may or may not have happened with Gecko, but we actually have no idea because that is in a different universe, parallel universe that we're not living in. But we've got Lendorf on the defense as well, which could prove to be a serious problem for the Pirates.
Serious problem coming up here, though. Xerxu, very aggressive, just running his way through, grabbing out Lendoth. Eddie, now in the same position we saw last time, now down. TZ, clean shots from this guy. I mean, this KO, definitely living up to the name, kill all your opponents. Looking for more, though. Loverboy, he did buy a Sheriff, so this could come up big, especially if they line up for the shot. Nope.
Oof. Well done. They've only lost one player in this as well, so they've started to catch up a little bit. They've got that economy on their side, going to have a little bit going for them. Moving to the second half, that is exactly what they needed to start off, so it's good for them. Get one more on the board probably this round, unless we see an upset from the Goats, and they were actually only talking about a 2-point difference.
Yeah, about a 2-point difference there, but honestly, by